Hey everyone, Codeth here, and this is my Lightning Spear Sorcerer build for Diablo 4. So if you're looking for a build that can do it all, Uber Lilith carries, Tormented bosses, high tier Infernal Hordes, pit runs, all of that, this may be the class for you. It's a very high APM class, actions per minute, so you're doing a lot of stuff. It's very engaging, really fun, it lights up the screen, and yeah, I'm really enjoying this class this season. So let's go over the skills first. So we're taking Teleport for mobility. We're taking Ice Armor for defense, Flame Shield for defense, Unstable Currents. This helps us get some more conjurations out, as well as give us some bonus attack speed. We got Frozen Orb for damage, also procs conjurations with the Fractured Winter Glass. We'll go over that later. And we got Lightning Spear, another source of damage here, with one of the new aspects. For our enchantments, we've got Firebolt. This applies burning damage to enemies, so we can benefit from modifiers in their Paragon, such as Flame Feeder and damage to burning enemies and damage reduction from burning enemies. And we have Ice Blades here. This helps with our cooldowns and also a source of vulnerable for us. Let's go over our skill tree now. So just ranks into Firebolt here for starters to get on this side here. I've got maxed out Frozen Orb, Enhanced, and Greater Frozen Orb for another chance at Vuln. This build is more, it's like kind of catered towards Frozen Orb and Lightning Spear. It's like a 50-50 almost. We've got Devastation here just so we can get 3 ranks into Elemental Dominance, so our core and our core skills deal increased damage. We have over 50 mana. 1 point into Teleport, Enhanced, and Shimmering for the damage reduction. We got 1 point into Elemental Attunement just for the chance that one of our defensive skills can go off cooldown. It's really nice to have. I usually take this in all my sorcerer builds. 3 to Glass Cannon just for the increased damage. It's multiplicative. 1 into Ice Armor. 1 into Enhanced for that mana regen. And then 1 into Shimmering because we want to lower this cooldown as much as possible. We almost have pretty close to 100% uptime with our Ice Armor here. 3 points into Precision Magic to increase our lucky hit chance. We got 1 into Ice Blades Enhanced just so we can get to Summoned. So this helps with our cooldowns for other skills when our Ice Blades are attacking. We got 1 point into Lightning Spear, 1 into Enhanced, and then 1 into Invoked. So we have stuns whenever they crit. We've got 3 points into Conjuration Mastery. This is a huge source of damage. I'll go over the gameplay a little bit after this, but you'll see where this is coming into play. 1 point to Align the Elements, so we can get 3 points into Mana Shield for that damage reduction, 3 points into Protection for additional barrier. And coming down this way, we've got Inner Flames, just so we can get over here to Devouring Blaze. So this gives us increased critical strike damage to burning enemies. That ties in with our Firebolt enchant. Coming down here, we've got 1 into Permafrost, 3 into Hoarfrost, and we've got 1 into Frigid Breeze. If you don't have Shaco, I would take out Frigid Breeze and put 1 point into Flame Shield here, because I do not have any points in a Flame Shield currently because I have the Shaco. I decided to put the extra point into Frigid Breeze just to get some more mana regen, help with the resources there. And we put 1 point into Unstable Currents and then 1 into Prime, just for that increased attack speed there. 1 into Coursing Currents, so we can get 3 into Electrocution. This gives us some increased damage reduction, which is nice whenever our shock skills crit. And then lastly, we're taking Veer's Mastery for increased damage for our key passive here. Alright, now on to the Paragon. I'll go over this briefly, but you can check out my planner in the description if you want to go over it a little bit slower. So starting off, we're taking the Elementalist glyph here. On the next board, this is the Static Surge board, and we're taking Exploit. Coming over to the right, this is the Burning Instinct board, and we're taking Flame Feeder. There's more damage to burning here. Over to the left, this is the Enchantment Master board, and we're taking Conjurer. Up top, this is the Elemental Summoner board. We actually took the Legendary node here, and this is the Reinforced glyph. Going over to the right, this is the Ceaseless Conduit board, and we're taking Destruction. On top of that, we've got the Frigid Fate board, and we're taking Territorial. So we did take this Frigid Fate as well. And then over to the right, the last board here, this is the Icefall board, and we're taking Control. So all in all, I believe this is 8 glyphs total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8 glyphs total. There's one tweak that I might do once I get maybe like Tyrael's Might. I was thinking about taking these out and then getting this right here. Increased damage to burning, but I'm waiting until I get Tyrael's first before I make that commitment. So I'm not capped at res all the way until I have this. So let's go over our gear next. So we've got Shaco here, of course, masterworked. If you don't have Shaco, you can use like another damage reduction aspect, maybe get some cooldown reduction, life, and I would say maybe mana per second to help with your resources. For our chest here, we've got Snow Veiled. This makes our ice armor Grant Unstoppable, and it gives us damage reduction now as well. So this helps us with our Tybalt's Will. So every time we're unstoppable, we get this increased multiplicative damage increase, and it restores our resources. So we actually have 3 unstoppables here. We've got Teleport, Ice Armor, and Flame Shield. These all give us unstoppable. Next up, we've got Shredding Blades here. This gives us more vulnerable damage and increases the chances at Ice Blades getting vulnerable. Tybalt's Will, of course. We've got Essu's. This gives us a lot of movement speed. Helps out with Lilith for sure. And then it gives us a lot of crit damage and crit chance as well. I have a Storm Swell dagger here. I'm still kind of working on the weapons here. I know some people use staves. I'm thinking I want to do one-handed, just for the cooldown reduction you get on this. But I'm trying to see the difference between a dagger and a sword right now for the crit damage. If you want to see the tempers and stuff, I have them all selected on the planner as well. You're going to be taking crit damage. These rolled vuln, but it's all good. We got Fractured Winter Glass. Luckily I got all Conjuration Mastery, which is nice. Really happy about that for the Masterworks. This build, you need Fractured Winter Glass to make this work. This is like, you gotta have this. You gotta have this. It drops from Zir. I've got this ring here. This has Frozen Orbit on it. This makes our Frozen Orbs explode multiple times. Helps out with the conjurations from this. Splintering Energy. This is the damage from the Lightning Spear. This is where that damage comes from. A lot of people use this on the staff. You can try that on your own too. See how that works for you. Move some stuff around. And then lastly, we have Conceited on our offhand here. This helps with our damage. So whenever we have a barrier up, that's helping with that. So that's what we got here. And yeah, Storm Swell as well. This helps with our damage too. It's multiplicative while we have our vulnerable and barrier. So that's it for the skills, enchantments, items, Paragon. Went over all that. Let's go over the gameplay real quick with the training dummies. So yeah, we're just going to cast one Frozen Orb there. You can see how these conjurations are all popping up. And they're also casting Frozen Orbs too, so that was just one cast right there. That's just one cast. And you can see the Conjuration buff right there from Conjuration Mastery. So they kind of changed this a little bit. They added a Conjuration cooldowns are reduced by 0.4 seconds when a Frozen Orb explodes. So that's really helping with our Lightning Spear. So you'll notice once I'm going full blast here, you'll see this Lightning Spear cooldown go down drastically. So here, we're just going to go all out right here. So look at that Lightning Spear cooldown. I'm just holding down right click and spamming, or holding down left click and spamming right click. And you can see our Conjuration Mastery is currently, it's in the 20s right now. You see it's 22. See if we can get it higher. I was getting it to like a little bit over 25 earlier. Well, that's kind of how it looks. You're essentially lighting up the screen. There it is, 25, 27, 28. So let's go over that really quickly. I'm going to let off my mouse. You can see how much longer this goes. So let's just go 25 as an example. So Conjuration 25, we're able to maintain that high tier while we're going there. So 25 Conjurations. Let's look at our Conjuration Mastery. Let's see what this damage is doing. So with Conjuration Mastery, we currently have 11 ranks into it from our gear, of course. So we're getting 11% multiplicative damage from that. So if you multiply that by 25, 11 times 25, that gets us 275% multiplicative damage increase. So that's like a huge chunk of our damage right there. It's from that Conjuration Mastery. It's really cool. This is a really fun build to play. I would like to get Tyrael's here, and I would like to get Starless Skies. If you check my planner, I have like an Uber's version where I kind of like shift stuff around. You can kind of see what I'm doing there. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So that's the build in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a fun time making it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, join the Discord, follow me on Twitch, and I will catch you all later. Take care. Peace.